Greetings and welcome to another episode of Trippy Food and another installment of live stream leftovers. Well, that's partially correct and partially not correct. So we are doing two things that we had done on previous live streams and one thing that we neglected to put in one of our episodes. So I'll kind of cover that one first. So these are Hershey's red, white, and blue candy bars. They're cookies and cream with white cream with cookie bits. I like the way they look like red and blue Oreos, but I've never seen red and blue Oreos, so I don't know what the deal is with that. So these were something that we intended to have in our 2021 Independence Day episode, and somehow didn't get around to getting these. So we're going to cover these today. That'll be our dessert. From a more recent live stream, which was our I Spent My Whole Paycheck at Whole Foods live stream, we are doing the Yves, I think it's pronounced right, Yves Veggie Pepperoni. And so we just ate it right out of the package. As you can see, it kind of looks like, bologna or something along those lines. It looks a little bit rubbery. We just ate it right out of the package, and we didn't really give it a high rating right out of the package, but we thought, well, maybe we should use it like regular pepperoni. And so what I decided to do with this was I got myself a frozen pizza, and I got a Tombstone. I don't know why. I guess I'm under the impression that Tombstone is a good pizza. It's a 5-cheese pizza, and so I put the vegan pepperoni on the 5-cheese pizza. I have to tell you that it didn't crisp up really well. It did, like, how pepperoni kind of crisps up and bubbles up a little bit. This one really didn't. It didn't cup or anything else like that. It's kind of an odd. I mean, it looks like it just changed shape a little bit, but it doesn't look like anything happened to it. So we're going to have to taste it to see, how it is and how it is on a pizza, as opposed to eating it just the way it is, to see if it's satisfying like that. Now, also on the pizza, I decided as long as I'm putting stuff on a pizza, I might as well go full bore. So I added an ingredient from one of our other live streams, which was our dollar dining live stream. And so this was the Mi Granjita pickled pork skins that I got at the dollar store for $2.99, which I feel like I got ripped off. It should have been 99 cents. So we ate these on the dollar dining live stream. The thing that was cool about this is after I opened it up and ate some of them, I put this in the refrigerator. And so what happened was, as will happen with cooked pork or boiled pork, is that the collagen coagulated in the refrigerator. And so, if you're familiar with head cheese, that's really the process of making head cheese, is you cook down a pig's head and trotters, and then you put it in a pan, chop it up, put it in a pan, put the broth in there, put it in the refrigerator, and that gelatin holds it together. Well, that gelatin formed in the refrigerator. It's melting now, but it was kind of cool to have it with the gelatin on it. And I just took it out just like that, and I put it on the pizza, and I have to tell you, it just kind of disappeared. So what happened was the gelatin melted off of it, and then the pieces of pork skin kind of shrunk down. So they may just add some kind of flavor on there, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of it left on there. But again, because we are doing live stream leftovers, we decided to use this that we got at the dollar store. Now, the third thing we're doing today is this Kalles creamed smoked roe, which they call caviar, or caviar with a K, caviar. Maybe they pronounce it differently. And this is, let's see, I think it should be from Sweden. Yes, it is from Sweden. This is creamed smoked fish roe with sugar. It's a sugar salted cod roe, rapeseed oil, sugar, potato flakes, tomato paste, salt, preservatives, antioxidant. Now, when we ate it on the show, we had it on the knäckebrot, just as is. And then Icefish, who is from the UK, one of our subscribers suggested, why don't you eat it the traditional way? And the traditional way would be to go ahead and put it on here, but to put butter on the knäckebrot first. He says it's also served on boiled eggs. So one of the suggestions he made was to chop the eggs up and then kind of mix the roe up in the eggs, and it would hold better. So we decided we're going to do this a few different ways. So one, we have an egg that we just cut in half. We'll put a little bit on top of that. We'll eat it just as is. One I sliced up, and we'll put that on the knäckebrot with some butter and the creamed roe. And then the third one is the chopped up one. So we mixed it, actually mixed it in with one of the boiled eggs and chopped that up. Now, I gave the eggs about 8 minutes, but to be honest with you, they're a little bit creamy. I like it that way. If you like a solid hard yolk, you might want to leave it in a little bit longer. But I did it 8 minutes, and it's kind of a creamy yolk, which isn't as pretty when you go to slice the egg. But for the halves of an egg, it's actually it's going to be pretty tasty, I think. So we're going to do that, and then what we might even do is we might assemble that on the knäckebrot, with our butter. We can get some butter. With our butter, but we might actually add some of this onto it as well. So we'll do a little bit of experimenting. But I'm going to start with the pizza while it's hot. I will say I'm a little bit disappointed with the Tombstone Pizza because I put it in for the length of time that it suggested. It just didn't look crispy enough. So what I did was I put it in the broiler for a couple of minutes, close to the heat. And I did that for two reasons. One, because it looked like the vegan pepperoni wasn't really cooking up well, and the other reason was I wanted it to be a little bit crispier, and it was not crispy. So I did that. The only thing I augmented it with was a little bit of black pepper, some crushed red pepper. I wouldn't go crazy with any crazy hot sauce or Reaper flakes or anything like that. Only because we want to focus on the ingredients that we added to it. So I'm going to start with this. Then we'll work our way over to the Kalles and the eggs, and we'll have the Hershey's for dessert. So let's get started. Now, again, I put this in longer than you were supposed to put it in. Now, I put it in the broiler, but it's still a little bit doughy. I don't understand why. So I'm tasting the brininess and the gelatinous pig skins in there. I'm tasting that. The pepperoni, it just doesn't have that savoriness, that oiliness, and that savory taste, that savory flavor that you're expecting pepperoni to have. Let me try to pick a piece off of it and just eat it like, just cooked right off the pizza. It has more of a pepperoni texture off the top like that, but at the same time it still has that kind of bologna texture. I think it helps it a little bit. I think if you really like pepperoni, you're really used to pepperoni, and somebody sleazes this on your plate, I don't think you're going to like it. As for the Tombstone Pizza, it's pretty good flavor. It's just, after cooking it as long as I did, it shouldn't be that doughy. So, I don't know, maybe we'll finish that second piece afterwards. I'll put that aside for now. And let's move on to our Calles cream smoked roe, or caviar. So I'm going to take a piece of knäckebrot, which is a rye bread, cracker-like rye bread. And let's see, we're going to put butter on it. I'm going to put butter on all of them. So let me put some butter on that. I think I'm going to do it, this side has a lot of nooks and crannies, but I think I'm going to do it on the solid side. I need a little bit more butter. I want to have some even coverage on that. I don't think it's going to hurt it any. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to do the more traditional way first, which is the slices of egg. See if I can get some decent slices out of this. Yeah, and they do mention that that they do put this caviar, this cod roe, on a sandwich, but the sandwich is typically an egg sandwich. So there's typically egg on there as well. We might do one with just the butter and the roe on it, but I don't think you're going to see that a lot. This we're just going to kind of put a ribbon of that on there. There we go. And let's have a bite of this. The fish is really strong. It has a strong smell. But the egg is really nice as far as taming it a little bit. There's just the right amount of saltiness. Because I didn't put salt or anything on the eggs. There's just the right amount of saltiness on the roe to make the eggs taste nice. And that's good. I like the buttery flavor too. Now, if I remember correctly on live stream, this wasn't bad. I didn't like that. I didn't mind that so much. But this is really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the roe improves the eggs, and I think the eggs improve the roe. So together, it's really nice. It's going to get a thumbs up. So now, let's try it on just on the egg by itself. It would be nice if they had attachments to this, like those kind of pastry nozzles that you can put on a pastry bag to make different patterns and stuff. That would be kind of cool. So here, I think I like that the yolk is creamy. I think it helps. It's like, almost like I got some salt crystals that were kind of crunchy. Looks like I got an eggshell in there. That's good. I think I like it better on the knäckebrot. But let's do this now. So let's take the knäckebrot, put some butter on that. And now let's put the egg mixture, the egg and roe mixture on that. It's kind of pretty. Let's go and try this. And that tastes real nice blended together. I would say no matter how you eat this, at the end of it, there's kind of a salty finish that comes out. Not finish like being from Finland. Finish like the end. Mm-hmm. That's really good. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to put the rest of this on this. And I don't know if they would do this in Sweden. So we're going to put a couple of those pork skins on there. Yeah, the gelatin is melting. Makes it easier to take these out. But I gotta be honest with you, like I tried some of it right out of the jar when it was cold and gelatinous, and it didn't hurt. So it was still pretty good. All right, that ought to be enough. All right, let's try this. Here we go. You would think with the brininess of the pork that it would make it even more salty, and it really doesn't. As a matter of fact, that pork flavor is really subtle. That's good. Every preparation that we did here was really good. I think I would say my least favorite one is just the plain hard-boiled egg with it on it. And my favorite was, that was okay, but it wasn't really traditional. So I think my favorite was the knäckebrot with the butter, with the chopped up eggs with the roe mixed in. I think that was my favorite. Now, let's have dessert. So we're going to have our Hershey's red, white, and blue cookies and cream, white cream with cookie bits. So I think by white cream they mean white chocolate. Yes, they do. This chocolate bar kind of looks like it has some sort of communicable disease. That's a little bit bizarre. All right, let's try it. Hershey's white chocolate, which is, I prefer that because I'm not a big fan of Hershey's chocolate. It has that famous vomity sourness to it. Let's try this. I'm not sure what that crunchy, what that is. What kind of cereal? It's not like a Fruity Pebbles or anything. You know, it's cookie bits, but it also doesn't taste like Oreos. I mean, you could see when you take kind of a bite out of it that it looks like a cross section of cookie. I don't know. It's kind of a novelty because you get that crunchiness in there, but there's not enough of it to kind of give it that cookie flavoring. I'm gonna have to give that one a thumbs in the middle. It's not terrible, and it's better than regular Hershey's, but the cookies, like I said, they add a nice texture to it, but that's about it. No, if I have to rate these, I'm gonna have to say that the Kalles was best. Again, big thumbs up on all the preparations. The pepperoni on the pizza, thumbs in the middle. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but if you are looking for the same satisfaction that you would get from pepperoni, it's not there. So I'm gonna say thumbs in the middle on that. And the Hershey bar, I'm gonna say thumbs in the middle because, again, I like that it's the white chocolate and not the pukey milk chocolate. The cookies are a nice addition for texture, but not so much for flavor. If I have to rate them, I'll say the Kalles was my favorite, and the pepperoni was probably my least favorite. So there you go. If you want to go back and watch those episodes that I pulled these from and see where I got that and see what they taste like on their own, please do so. I will help you out if you have any questions. Leave them down below and let me know if you're trying to find something or what your suggestions are. Appreciate it. I would give all this a try. It's actually pretty good. But if you do, be careful out there because it's crazy out there. So please take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for checking out Trippy Food. If you enjoyed watching that video half as much as I did making it, well then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did. And if that's the case, you'll probably like this video right here. And if not, check out this video right here. That one's a little bit different. Either way, leave a comment down below. And be sure to subscribe by clicking on the Trippy Food icon right here. Glad you could make it, and we hope to see you again soon.